Hey, Dr. Karen here with the Spiritual Medicine Digest for the week of July 14th. I often get the question, so we did energy healing, so is that permanent? Am I good to go? I can return to my normal life again? I know some of you are laughing, right? So, yeah, those of us in the space of light medicine and energy healing and life in general, and especially coaches, will know and understand that life continues. The reason that sometimes we have symptoms or illnesses or challenges in our lives is to grow us, is to grow us. So I used to be of the mindset that, okay, when I have a problem or something and I fix it, it should never come back. Like I fixed it, right? Like, what up? So I like to explain it this way. For example, if I help someone or I teach them how to remove a curse from their family line, is that permanent? Yes, it is. If we heal an entity that is bothering someone or attached to someone and we fill the holes, get their boundaries good, right? Does that entity come back and disturb them again? No, it does not. So in that way, energy healing is permanent. However, let's take a look at those boundaries. I thought I got my boundaries to 100%, Dr. Karen. Why is it down to 80 again? Well, I asked Source this question, and this was the answer, translated into English, of course. We go through this expansion process currently in our universe, Infiniverse. As we expand, we actually increase or uplevel our sensing abilities, our clairs, our spiritual gifts. And then those boundaries that we have so-called healed and restored now have to recalibrate to those extrasensory perceptions. And there's probably nuances to those things, right? So some people go, oh, I've been really working hard on my boundaries. What they mean is their relationship boundaries. So they're learning to say no in the 3D world. They're learning to sense into, what's a no, what's a yes, in their bodies. And that is fantastic. I highly recommend everybody really do that. I'm working on it myself. What they don't really get, though, is that that is one type of boundary, if you will, and there are many others. Now, physical boundaries are, seemingly pretty obvious. You got skin, right? That's a boundary. You got conjunctiva, that's a boundary. You've got gut lining, which is a boundary for some of the stuff that we eat that we don't even know we're eating that might not be good for us, like genetically modified foods, things like that. So with our gut lining being intact, that really helps us. However, we do eat foods that can interfere with it, and therefore our physical boundaries can go down. Now, then we have mental boundaries. Mental boundaries. So mental boundaries is like, if there's a negative thought or a negative belief of someone else's, do we absorb that? If we have poor mental boundaries, guess what? Yeah, sometimes we do. So we want that 100%, right? Emotional boundaries makes a lot of sense. Something or someone else is feeling depressed, anxious, mass consciousness will often go into these throes of fear of being annihilated or sadness or loss, death, that kind of thing. And we can, with our clairs, tune into that. And if we have healthy emotional boundaries, we'll be able to discern it's not our stuff. We might empathically still feel it, but it's not inside us, if you will. Right? And energetic boundaries, sometimes people have energetic weapons or distortions. And if we don't have good energetic boundaries, we could kind of catch that, if you will, even energetic toxins or infections. And then spiritual boundaries, that's where the entities and entity weapons and things come in. These can be passed from person to person, or you could just walk into some place, or even like a stadium with thousands of people who are drinking, right? There's lots of ghosts and entities there. They love that space. Oftentimes, if I decide to go there, I'll clear the place before I get there, Why do I want to deal with all that? So, and then dimensional boundaries, we're talking like, sometimes ET related things, sometimes mind control things, although that can be mental boundaries as well, implants, things like that. So When we expand, which we do with the ascension process, sometimes we do have to recalibrate these things. Also, I tell my students, I know you want this to be permanent because you want to go back to your regular life and become unconscious again. Well, guess what? The universe is not going to let you do that. No, 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 no. It's not going to let you do that. So we're constantly growing. We constantly have challenges that in the old days we go, oh, this is so hard. And then we've grown and evolved so much. It's like, not a big deal, right? So we can overcome things much easier. And that sets up a beautiful positive morphic field that other people can tap into so they have an easier time as well. How cool is that to have that as part of your mission? Now I have this, video of the waterfall behind me because I wanted to make the point that when people get upset, sometimes they get upset at me for telling them this information, they're like, oh, I thought this energy healing was going to be permanent. They'll get a single session with myself or someone else, and then they're thinking that all their symptoms should go away, right? And that's the end of that, and they can go back to their regular life. Not happening, right? You have what you have for a reason. If you don't get what you are to evolve, what that challenge is there to help you do, it is actually helping you, yeah, the symptoms will come back. Maybe you cleared a layer of stuff, and yes, maybe that's permanent, but then the next layer comes up for healing. It couldn't heal all at once. My friend Peter Schenck, the modern day mystic, he used to do these grand healings on people because he's a seer, so he could see all the different layers, right? We used to try to clear it all at once. And people would be in bed for 3 days, and they hated him, and they never came back. Didn't hate him, but didn't like what he did. But the point is that in Topican healing, we don't do that. So we just make the intention whatever is available for healing safely, so the person can continue their lives, right? Heals, and then the next layer, next layer, next layer. So what's with the waterfall? Well, when you take a shower, right? Do you stay clean for the next 90 days, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Is it permanent that you stay clean? I don't think so. Most people I know shower daily or multiple times a week at least, maybe clean their teeth on a regular basis. Things get dirty because we are living beings in this world, in this 3D world. Things get dirty. We connect with people. Sometimes we get dirty with some of their stuff, even if we have good boundaries, right? So it is helpful to learn how to clear yourself. Now, in my book, Sensitivities or Superpower, I talk about 7 different ways of clearing your auric field and other, the other parts of you. So I recommend you check that out. And see if we can, come to terms and peace that healing is not the removal of symptoms permanently per se, but is this process of ever evolving our spirituality, our consciousness, and sometimes our physical symptoms are there to point the way to what else is next. So I highly recommend that you continue this journey, right? Don't depend on an energy healer and expect them to heal everything all at once, and otherwise, they're no good, right? You do it. You do it. You take the reins. You be responsible for your own healing and clearing, perhaps daily. That takes some practice, right? That takes some practice. And I think for many of us, especially those who are sensitive souls with high spiritual responsibilities, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get away with just delegating that healing activity to another healer alone. They can help you. They can support you. You can have a mentor or a coach help you and support you. But at the end of the day, it's not their job. It's your job to heal yourself. It's your job to evolve. It's your job to figure out, why is this serving me? I know that was a bit of a rant, wasn't it? Anyway, so when somebody says it's energy healing permanent, it's yes and no. Yes, whatever we worked on is permanently gone. But no, as in, you don't have to still work on it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you're living, you are continuing to heal. So I hope that's clear enough. And I would love your feedback. Put it in the comments of, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Anytime you think your mind goes to this black or white, this should be permanent and it should be gone by now, right? Remember the bathing, remember the water, remember the cleansing. This is something that you do regularly, and this is something that you need to be self-responsible for. And yeah, I want to support you. Join me in the Light Medicine community. Let's continue this conversation. Much love. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it resonated with you. And if it did, would love for you to click like, subscribe, and perhaps even share it with someone you love and who could really use this message as well. And feel free to also click the notification bell so every time I do a new video, you will be notified. In the meantime, I would love to connect with you in my Light Medicine community. It's a private community where sensitive souls get together, we share stories, we love and support each other, and it's a beautiful, safe space. I absolutely love it. And remember, when you first come in to introduce yourself, I'll put the link below, as well as this week's amazing and exciting offerings and announcements. I'll see you in the community.